before deadlight. And then see what Adelis wants. Because apparently I'm starting to think I kind of like her already. Maybe a pirate, but she wants to get rid of slaves. Is what I'm thinking. Oh no. No. Where am I at? Ugh. Good thing we have Principi colors. Or else that fight could have gone real bad.
You're the captain who Aldi's invited to parley, ain't you? I'm to keep an eye out. It's so I can provide you an escort when you arrive.
Lead on.
Right this way, Captain. It's my pleasure to show our honoured guest around. Aye, it sure is.
You must be Captain. Glad you could make it, Lovesome.
The battle-hardened captain rubs the underside of her chin as she regards you pleasantly. Her mist-colored eyes, one raven-wing black, the other an icy blue, rove up and down your face.
Like what you see?
A golden silhouette gleams against the scarred skin of her chest, but you notice that she flips it to reveal the mark of her status on the other
The
side.
mark on this side. It means I'm the second highest rank on the Council of Captains. I'm but one chair below that cockrot Ferrante. Now, I know I offered you a full parley, but I'm a pirate, which means I'm loyal to my crew. But otherwise, I lie whenever it benefits me. You killed my fourth chair, and a damn good friend. A part of me might be impressed, but a part of me wants to flay the skin from your face. Understand? If you've an explanation, I'd advise you to give it up real quick.
Can't fault me for defending myself.
Oh, but I can. Being the captain of an entire fleet means you can do whatever the blast you'd like. You cut off my right hand. How do you plan to replace it?
As I took Benwa's seat on the council, I'll throw my weight behind yours.
So you're not just powerful, but clever, too. I think you're seeing the way of things. How we might come to a beneficial agreement. Now that we've got that out of the way, I'll admit, I really like you, Captain. You got guts, and not just smattered in your hair. I'd like to make you a deal. Well, I was planning to offer you a deal, Lovesome. A partnership between two right unstoppable captains. By which I'm referring to me and you. But it would seem you've gone and killed Mad Morena now. One of the captains most loyal to me and a seat holder on the council. I do regret your choices. Namely because they make life difficult for me. Perhaps we can still work something out in the future. I know you've met with Ferrante. That you may even be working for him. That pribbling cock-rot. But that doesn't mean you can't partner with me instead. Don't do anything to let him catch on. Just keep me appraised of certain future events as they shape up.
You want me to spy for you?
How clever you are. No need to commit to it now. You just think on it the next time you're toiling for a man who'd happily gut you. After you've done his bidding, given half the chance. When the time's right, we'll set our strategy. But what can I do, you lovesome?
What did you want to meet
I've
about?
got a problem, Watcher. And I think you're just the captain to solve it. Me and Ferrante don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Not least of which is the future of the Principe. We got few rules amongst us new bloods. But one of them is that you live free. We steal and we might murder, but if you pledge to us, you're our blood, our family. Now, if I were to act in direct opposition to Ferrante, he'd use it to call a vote of the Council of Captains. He'd see me swinging by the neck. But no one's got a leash on you. Which means if you were to, perchance, free the slaves at Crookspur, Ferrante couldn't do piss all about it. No one deserves to be enslaved by another. Understand?
Okay. I already like her.
I'm asking you to sail to Crookspur to meet with one of mine. She's hiding within their midst, and will have insider information on the slavers.
How do I find your pirate?
She'll find you, lovesome. You'll know her by her scar. It's a ghastly sight.
Ronta may be working with the Valiant Training
Well,
Company.
well, ain't that a fine thing to know? It makes sense for certain. Aiding the slavers is small fry for a captain like Ferrante. It wouldn't pay well enough to be worth the investment. If you've evidence of his involvement, keep it close. We may be able to use it to our benefit later. Oh, and this here's a little something for you.
How's Ferrante connect with the
I've
slavers?
only suppositions to offer you, lovesome. But I'd bet my swollenette Ferrante is attempting to gain standing with someone other than the slavers. Aiding the slavers is small fry for a captain like Ferrante. It wouldn't pay well enough to be worth the investment. No, he's got ulterior motives, mark my words.
Can you tell me about the slavers?
I know they base their operations in the Deadfire out of Crookspur. I know they're small but ruthless. And they've run into problems shipping around the islands.
I'll think about it. No, I'll go to Crooks first.
Find me when you've freed those slaves. I'll make it worth your while. Captain?
Tell me about the new blood in the Principe.
We're the future. And we ain't going nowhere. We're pirates, lovesome. We own this sea. And the sea loves us back in her twisted way. Ferrante pines for a homeland he's never seen. But what does Old Valia mean to me or my crew? We're not Valian, and we never will be. Though if you're Valian and you want to join our bloodline, you're more than welcome.
But weren't you founded by refugees from Old Valia?
Generations ago. And I grew like a weed in the deerwood, you see? You say Consueglo me casitas. I say Council of Captains. You say Principe. I say best pirates in the Deadfire. You say Swollenette. I say, well, some things stay the same.
Tell me about
Got
Ferrante.
something for me, Dove? I'm all ears.
Because Ferrante... let's discuss this
As you
another
wish,
time.
Dove.
Quick save just in case if Elegina
I find
does
the
not
trick
like
with
this.
Sirens is to rip. But what can I do? Got something for? I'm all ears.
Okay, it was Ferrante who told me where to find Ben with.
Figured as much. That's how Ferrante gained his political standing. And that's how he keeps it. With underhanded tactics that whittle his opponents into ruin. Me? I prefer to face my foes head on. Give them the chance to join me before I fucking annihilate them. And I like to reward those who support me. I'm good to my allies, you see. For your troubles, Dove, let me share with you a little of my treasure.
Ooh. Ferrante asked me to search Nekataka for information on the floating hangman.
Nekataka? But why there, lovesome? Well, go on then. I'm sure
I'm
you've heard our saying.
I'm
Share
defined-
and share, as is the law of the coast.
I'm to find Isir the Baratheon's eulogy. He killed Lucia Rivan and is buried in Nekataka's catacomb.
And one or both of them are of interest to us in acquiring the floating hangman for our own means. I see. This Lucia Van. I know her name. She captained the Fonferus some 2 centuries ago. If you find anything else, be sure to let me know.
Apparently, an old Dracosi paladin, Lucia Vivan, commands the floating
The
hangman.
floating hangman is the remains of the Fonferus. Interesting. Quite very interesting. I had heard rumors as to such. The floating hangman flies a flag featuring the burning palace from Old Valia. As you wish, Dove. I am happily and wholeheartedly at your disposal. At least until I get bored.
So, what sort of things do you like to do in your leisure time?
What? Like for hobbies? When I'm not out plundering the seas, I'm right here ruling my fleet. Suppose I like a good bit of target practice. And of course, who doesn't like rum and a hot bath? Don't guess you like the same?
I hate shooting, drinking, and being clean. She narrows her eyes, unsure whether or not to laugh. Then a wicked grin spreads across her face, and she wets her lips, gaze locked with yours as she takes a long drink from a goblet of rum.
Perhaps I can show you the beneficial qualities of each later.
Ah,
We're the future. We're Ferrante, though if you're Valian, and I believe you.
oh. Oh.
Nice and quiet.
Oh. Oh, what do we have here? Well,
Looking to share more tipple and conversation? I might be enough to oblige.
everything is around Fort Deadlight.
Quieter than usual. I guess have you to blame for that. Bleed my guts if it wasn't worth it, though.
Feeling okay?
Can't say that I am after someone went and killed our brutal Benny. I bet my last bottle of rum Aldie's flay someone alive when she finds out. And I'd prefer it not be me.
Were there something else you wanted?
Nope. Bye. Nope. 1 second, chat. No nut Ned.
Are you ready to meet our commander? Well, she didn't say I had to show you. You know where to find.
Okay. There's that. Okay, so we got 2 things we could do over. Oh, that looks fun. Okay, now we go to Quick Save and Crookspur. Actually, No, let's go to Nekataka. What do we have here?
Looks like trouble. Another for the queen. This one's mine.
Actually, I want you to move closer. There you go. And now give yourself a boop. Followed by you giving out a... You don't have any summons, right? Oh, you do. Boom.
Compliment.
Just like that.
Here we go.
Now give away... And now bring out a friend. You also bring out a friend.
Let's get started.
Oh yeah. Here comes all the friends. Jesus. That's okay. That's something.
This one's for Keelan.
I am ready.
Here we go.
Damn. Jesus. Yeah, that is definitely something I'll be doing from now on. I'm instantly summoning all the summons. Okay. Oh,
Oh, I prefer something with a little more.
that's much better. No.
I sure do like it.
I hope so, girl.
Oh, I hope you know what you're doing.
Now she's got the bridal girdle on. Hee. All right, now to quick save and then Nekataka. And by the way, how's our stock doing? Oh, we're... Fog rolls in. Out of nowhere, a heavy fog rolls in over the ocean. So dense that you cannot see more than a dozen feet out from your ship. With the fog's arrival, the winds die. The waves calm, and the Defiant is left aimlessly drifting. The only sound, oh god. Eerie green lights pierce through the fog as the silhouette of a massive galleon approaches. Black sails, though tattered and rotting, catch an otherworldly wind, slicing the ship forward at a rapid pace. The captain, a skeleton outfitted in tarnished armor, with glowering eyes, surveys you from the quarterdeck of the decaying galleon. She wraps two fleshless fingers against her chest before pointing at you. With the goddess of I guess has marked, I will leave untouched. She nods solemnly once, then with a tilt of her skull, steers the ship away. The floating hangman turns. Several undead sailors shamble across the deck, hungry for a look at her crew. They scratch at their chipped and rotted railing, heads rolling on their exposed skins. The ship disappears back into the fog. A few minutes pass before the fog fully dissipates. Okay. So... that So that means we're not gonna get touched by her? What? I'm gonna dismiss Pelagina for a little bit. Well, that's intriguing. That's intriguing. Huh.
Will your mighty fortress protect you from the odd?
Don't necessarily. I mean, that sounds intriguing.
Finally continuing. Won't say what it is.
You haven't figured it out. I thought it was obvious.
Sarah folds his hands and cocks his head, watching you like an especially thoughtful bird of prey.
I must thank you most humbly for your help. You've rendered Okaya and all of us a great service.
Kaya reported that you have a job for me.
Oh, indeed. A great injustice plagues the archipelago, and we have an opportunity to end it. A thriving slave trade disrupts the Deadfire. I've determined that it's being run from the island known as Crookspur.
Rotten-souled villains, may the gods smite them all.
Why petition the gods when you can do it yourself? Slavers sow chaos wherever they ply their unsavory business. They uproot communities, disrupt trade, and attract the vilest criminals. Unfortunately, they've been allowed to operate here for years.
What do you mean the I allowed?
Why, if the Juana had marshaled their forces, the slaver problem never would have reached this extent. That it has is a failure we must lay at the feet of the Kahanga royals.
I agree, they should have stopped.
2,000 years ago, our people began the conquest of Rawatai. The land was new to us. Many of its inhabitants were better equipped. But we overcame them. We were unified where they were scattered. And we were not content to huddle in cliff caves and subsist. We were determined to make a better life for ourselves.
Sounds like you stole land and livelihood from a lot of people.
Were we less deserving of these things simply because we arrived later?
Technically, yes.
Besides, the country we built was stronger, with roads, irrigation, and weather guards.
That doesn't
For
mean
us,
anything.
As well as the people we organized. I am merely pointing out that it is difficult for fragmented, transient tribes to maintain control over their territory. Is it not noble and just to end this scourge? Especially if the Juana cannot? We must
buddy.
end the slaver threat.
Okay, buddy. I want to talk about a couple things. One, we're talking about dealing with a bunch of slavers. Not about our past. I'll deal with slavers. But when you bring up that we're the ones who are, like, kind of regressing everybody and then or basically just stealing everything, that's kind of rude. Anyways, be straight with me. What does this have to do with Rawatai?
Rawatai has interests in a stable Deadfire, and in earning the favor of our Juana brethren. The slavers threaten both goals. Go to the slaver outpost on Crookspur and kill Master Kua, the ringleader. His associates should scatter. As much as I would like to send our forces to fight the good fight alongside you, I'm afraid that would only cause trouble in other quarters. Especially since some of the slavers operate legally and with the blessing of certain Valian officials. However, I have it on good authority that the slavers have made enemies of the Wahaki. They may be willing to help you.
Already talked
If
about.
they don't take your head off first. The Wahaki congregate on an island called
Already been there.
Okoiki. It means they are suspicious of outsiders, so approach them with caution.
I'm already working with the Waki.
Then you are one step ahead. Now, what else can I do for you? Clear skies.
You tell me if you're so smart.
I can't. It's a big secret.
Uh-huh.
That was pointless to bring her. That was absolutely pointless to bring her. Pelagina just lost out on some experience. Rude. Rude. Everybody's congregating on Crookspur. Looks like that's the big area next. 3 hours? Yeah, sure. Do it. Get out of here. Come on back, Pelagina. All right, so next up, I suppose we head on over to the Sacred Stair. Hold on. Quick save. Here's... Oh, dear. Here we go. The narrow streets in this neighborhood are largely deserted. Approach the group. Greeting. Oh, wait. We already did this, didn't we? Guides cost coin, no? We already did that, didn't we? Rude. Huh. Intriguing. Oh, Pelagina leveled up anyways. Okay. So the only one where... What?
You didn't give Ruanu a piece of your mind.
Ruanu is the Ranga of Tikawara. I cannot risk the company's interest here by offending him.
And I suppose he did do enough talking for all of us.
Knowing your inclinations about the gods, I'm surprised you didn't give Rona a piece of your mind. Rona is the Ranga of Tikawara. Okay, and I hope... Okay. So, okay. How much more experience does Aloth need to level up? Oh god. Really? You actually need quite a bit.